Okay, you're probably thinking there's no way this is possible. How could I kill someone with an arrow and a composter? Well, take a look at this. There's no way. There's no way it works. That's crazy. My goal is to kill, hopefully, the entire server with one arrow railgun, all at once. But it's not quite that simple. So let me give you some context. Now, when you imagine an arrow railgun, you probably think of a big redstone machine that pumps tons and tons of TNT next to a group of arrows so that it can launch them incredibly fast. But with how big it is, it's difficult to set up and it's incredibly hard to hide if you're going to use it for a trap. Fortunately, I have something up my sleeve. This machine is also a railgun, but it is so much better. And let me tell you why. First of all, it's smaller, and obviously that makes it easier to hide and trap players with. And second of all, because it's smaller, it's so much easier to build and so much cheaper. That's insane! Players will die to this. So what are we gonna do with this compact railgun? Well, I'm glad you asked. The current plan is to lure as many players as possible into one specific area and kill them in one shot. If this works, all the players caught in the trap will be killed instantly. But in order for this to work, we need a couple things. The most important thing we would need is a reason to get players together. Now for this, I had an idea. What better way to bring people together than a simple lesson in economics? You see, for the first few weeks on the Bloom SMP, the end was locked, but the entire time I had been preparing for when it would open. And if my team could capitalize on that moment, we could gather the majority of elytras before the other players and use that as leverage against the rest of the server. So we began to work on a plan to secure the end for ourselves. But this would be no easy task. Many of the players in this server are incredibly good at PvP. We would be entering the end along with 10 to 15 other players who also want elytras. But there's a catch, and we could use it to our advantage. You see, on the Bloom SMP, whoever holds the dragon egg gets 3 extra hearts, and everyone on the server was after it. Which means, when we enter the end, everyone is going to want to kill the dragon before looting end cities. And because of this, we had a shot at getting to the end cities before everyone else. Now this would serve as a good backup if everyone made it to the end, but I had a plan that could potentially keep anyone else from even getting to the end. I had been working on a machine that perfectly launches TNT into the end portal so that on the other side, it would blow up instantly. If this functioned properly, anyone who entered the end would die almost immediately. But if my team was ready with blast protection armor, they would have just a moment where they could get off the spawn platform and into the end. From there, my team could use flying machines to get to the outer end islands and start grabbing elytras before anyone else has a chance to make it to the end. The only trouble would be making sure we get an end portal in the overworld to ourselves, because if anyone found this while we were working, they would see what we were up to and try and kill us immediately. So with our plan laid out, my team got to work. We spent the next few days grinding gear, potions, and redstone materials for all of our machines. And things were going well, until this happened.
A lot of people are preparing for like something, and like I think a lot of people, like my conclusion to my video is gonna be the end fight, right? So
right.
Like I feel like if you do it, it's going to ruin the end fight because you guys are just gonna survive. Like,
yeah. My team decided to share the plan with another player, and they were not thrilled. Anaxagorian said we shouldn't insta-kill players on the end platform because everyone was planning on using the end fight in their videos. And he was right. I couldn't in good conscience ruin everyone else's experience just for my own. Maybe the real Bloom SMP is the friends we made along the way. But that wasn't going to stop us. We began modifying the plan to accommodate players making it to the end alongside us. My goal would be to keep the dragon alive for as long as possible to occupy the other players, while Hugwell and Nap set up flying machines and head to the end cities. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is the Bloom SMP, a server where players can receive special abilities from items called blooms. The one I use for most of this video is the Dash Bloom. I have the ability to launch myself in the air, and it negates all fall damage. And with the new improved plan in place, we made our final preparations. I even got everyone specially named bows in case any other team tried to use flying machines of their own. So, just 30 minutes before the end open, we all logged off in the portal room and waited for the time to strike. Oh yeah, and did I also mention that over a week before the end had been announced, I had already been to every accessible stronghold and taken all of the eye trims, cobwebs, and marked the locations of the exact portals, and then hidden every single one? Cause I did. Yeah, my team had this end fight in the bag. But when we logged back in, we never could have expected this. Whoa! Hello? What? Yo, this is insane. Half of the server was at this portal, and they were actually being friendly. But we knew this peace would not last. So we got an amazing screenshot at the portal.
My alpha V isn't large enough.
What's up, you two?
Why is that 5 now? We're 2.
Bro,
Diamond, you need
let's
Let's go.
Alright.
And then Hugwell struck first in a way that only he could pull off. Hugwell! Team Hugwell.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Oh my god! Yo!
I'm just so happy.
Hold on, I got.
Yo, what?
I'm scared to go in.
As soon as we entered the end, things immediately went off plan. I don't know how it happened, but apparently none of the end crystals spawned in when we showed up. This was gonna make my job much harder. I would be the only thing keeping the dragon alive.
I don't want to fight you guys. I don't want to fight you. Why is it?
Set up.
I got this.
Where's Hugwell?
Where's people? Wait, is there no one?
Wait, 5. I saw your trick.
Wait, what?
Dude, someone's disguised as Rose. Oh, that's it. Let's close.
Does anybody have spare water? Does anybody have spare water? Why do I have weakness? Why do I have weakness?
Yes, hold it.
I got you. There's someone who's weakness. For 3 minutes, bro.
Nah, that's all now, bro.
Oh my god, you're not wrong.
Yo! Oh no.
Where is it?
No! Yo, what? Bro. Oh, bro. Oh, well, I got a bunch of stuff. Oh, I got my sword.
EnderFlame.
Yo,
I got a diamond helmet for you, Bale.
thank you. What happened to you?
I went in the portal because I was getting like 3v1, so.
Oh,
my
awesome.
bad.
I died. I was trying to respawn the dragon and freaking someone hit the crystal. And I just got one tapped.
They asked why you were crystalling. I was like, I didn't know either.
Even though I died, our plan was technically a success. All the other players have been so busy fighting over the egg that Hugwell and Nat made it to the outer end islands first, even though the flying machines broke. They immediately began finding end cities specifically to take elytras, and by the end of the day, we made it out with 9 to 10 elytras. And based on the numbers we heard from other teams, we held the vast majority of elytras on the server. And with that done, it was time to begin phase 2 of the plan. We waited a couple of weeks and continued to turn down players who asked to buy elytras. We really wanted to build up a fake sense of scarcity. This would make players desperate for elytras, and they would be guaranteed to show up to the event where we pretended to sell them off. Also, in a hilarious moment right after the end fight, Shiver agreed to re-gear me for free. And then when I was hanging out at spawn, I accidentally came across another player who was setting up a trap, and they gave me a full set of gear to keep quiet. But anyway, before this event could be hosted, we would need a lot of preparation. So I got straight to work grinding materials I would need for this trap. The first thing I needed was a beacon, but probably not for the reason you're thinking. You see, on the Bloom SMP, in order to get a new Bloom, you either need to kill a player who has one, or craft a reroll made out of incredibly rare items, including a beacon. So I headed straight to the fortress to grind for skulls. And once I had all 3, I made quick work of the Wither, and now that I had the nether star for the beacon, all I needed was some netherite, gold blocks, and gas tiers to craft the Bloom reroll. Crafted the Bloom reroll. You ready?
Share screen. I want to see.
I swear if it's shapeshift, I
You're
swear.
quitting the server.
How do I do it? Oh, okay.
Oh, I saw shapeshift.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yo.
Okay, so I got a bad bloom, but that wouldn't ruin the plan. I had hoped I would get something that could help me maybe stay alive or escape from players in a fight, but I ended up getting the only bloom that does neither. Regardless, there were more important things to grind before we would be ready. I wanted to get some shulker boxes, both because my ender chest was a mess, but also because if this plan worked perfectly, I wanted plenty of space to grab all the dropped gear, store it in shulkers, and throw them in my e-chest before anyone could get back to where they died. So I headed to the end to search for an end city, and it wasn't long until I found one. But it was empty. So I had to look for another one, and fortunately, my luck was on the rise, and this end city had dozens of shulkers left. And now with all my items nice and sorted, it was time to do the most important part of my plan. Unwind with some nice calm mining. Just kidding, this was incredibly stressful because I couldn't stop thinking about the plan. Even outside the game, every time I was thinking about how it would go, my heart would start racing. This was by far the most insane thing I had ever tried to pull off. Oh yeah, and we also needed this iron for TNT minecarts. Anyway, enough stressing. I have too much work to keep stressing about it. Now, I was still going to need some redstone parts for the actual cannon, but the universe had other plans. Apparently, I can't make a video without building a new base, because I woke up to this message. And sure enough, our base was cleared, and I mean licked clean. Not a single chest, bookshelf, or workstation was left behind. So, I made a quick detour in my plans to meet up with Nap, where he introduced me to our new teammate Viltsu, so we could all work on making a new base. Also, when I met Nap and Viltsu, they had me lead a player to spawn so they could jump him, and it was terrifying to watch, because they started to chase him while giving comms in Finnish.
You're like jumping me with your ult.
If that is an aura, then I don't know what is. But yeah, yada yada, we set up a new base, you know the drill. EnderFlame grinds for 5 hours, maxing villagers, getting a double chest of emerald blocks and a double chest full of prot, mending, unbreaking books. But that's not important. Every day we get closer to this event, I feel myself freaking out more, so we gotta stay focused. Now with most of the material grinding out of the way, allow me to fully explain the plan while I set up at the actual location. I'm going to host an auction where I use the elytras as bait to convince players to show up. I'm going to host it on this floating platform so it looks like there's no trap. Little do they know, exactly 50 blocks away from the center of this platform, there's an arrow railgun sitting in the hill waiting to fire. But this is where I ran into a new issue. The railgun design I was planning on using couldn't get the range I needed to be able to hide it in the hill. So, unfortunately, I would need to find a new design. And after a bit of research and a bit of ingenuity, I got a new design that got me the range I was looking for, and then modified it with a couple of important features. First, this redstone clock makes sure that the arrows don't despawn while they sit there by occasionally pushing the piston down and then moving it back up. And this will be the gate that actually opens the hole in the mountain, allowing the arrows to fly through. And after numerous tests, it was finally ready. On the day of the event, I would be on the platform, elevated on a stage to keep myself safe. I would pretend to auction off an elytra or two to make people believe that this whole thing was real. Meanwhile, I would have a teammate waiting in the mountain, listening for a keyword that I would say to signal to fire the arrows. If all went right, everyone on the platform would be killed before they knew what happened. As soon as someone logs on, go into this. You're basically gonna wait here. It's gonna be this button. Don't press it early. If you press it early, that's gonna fuck everything up.
Okay. Oh god.
I'm gonna pose as though I've sold one elytra, so I'm gonna sell one elytra, and then I'm gonna go into a speech, and then the quote that you're listening for is, well, you know what they say. To want is to have a weakness. And when I say that, you fire the thing, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone show, we're starting. The event is starting. Okay.
Safe spot.
Thank you everyone for showing up on such short notice. There's actually more people here than I thought would be here, which is crazy. As you know, I'm an incredibly wealthy and renowned businessman, and as such, I am subject to a good amount of risk of assassination. So, Livs is assisting me in this effort. He is in an undisclosed offsite location, ready to Pearl stasis me out, giving me a 2-day ban and letting me escape in the event that somebody attacks me. Additionally, in the event that somebody attacks me, all of my gear has Curse of Vanishing. You will get nothing from my gear. Additionally, I have no blooms on me. Given all of that, there should be no reason for me to be assassinated at this event. We are starting the bidding for one elytra with Unbreaking 3 and Mending. The bidding will start at 10 diamonds. Do I hear 10 diamonds? Fine. We're starting the bidding at 9 diamonds.
9 diamonds.
I hear 9 diamonds. Do I hear 10 diamonds? 72 diamonds. Do I hear 73 diamonds?
2 stacks. 2 stacks.
2 stacks of diamonds. Do I hear 2 stacks and 1 diamond?
3 stacks.
6.5 stacks of diamonds. 8 stacks of diamonds. Going once. Going twice. Sold to survival for 8 stacks of diamonds. The first elytra with Unbreaking 3 and Mending has been sold to Survival Boy. Before the next elytra is sold. This is my first time being on an SMP, and it's been a really great experience. More than anything else, I'm glad people could actually show up to the event. I'm glad that y'all are here, even though I know y'all are just here because y'all want elytras, right? Y'all are just here because you want an elytra.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say. To want is to have a weakness.
What the hell was that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Abort.
That was... What was that, guys? I don't know.
It did not work. It did not work.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that was someone else. Whoa, wait, what is this, guys? No, wait, guys, no. What could this be, guys? I just have never even...
We gotta kill EnderFlame now, bro.
No, I've never seen this before. This is crazy.
Yeah, break everything, bro.
Wait, I'm dying. Guys.
Whatever his name is, Composter.
Yeah, he did combo. Yeah.
Get him.
Bro, no way. Oh my god.
Yo, what the?
There's no way. That's hilarious.
Why did that not work?
Bro, I don't know.
Oh my god, the arrows missed.
Wait, did it? Was it the 1 in a million chance that this happened? Okay, I'm wondering, did the arrow reset trigger it early and then it didn't go off correctly? If this part triggered before you press the button, then that's why it broke. No.
Oh my god.
No, just barely.
Oh
My god, that was, oh my god, there's no way it would have worked. There's no way.
That is so unfortunate.
That's
what the
so
hell?
unlucky. The timing, oh my god. It was like that's a 1 in a billion chance that it happened like that. There's actually no way.
Would we have killed? Go to the...
Right now, you would have gotten all 5 of these people. All 5 of them.
Bro.
Oh my god. Okay, so obviously this video didn't end the way I had hoped. The railgun didn't fire the arrows correctly by just a fraction of a second, which sucks. But I wanted to show this anyway. I don't script any of my content, and sometimes it just doesn't go as planned. But even with it failing, it was an incredible event, and I believe it makes for an incredible video. Also, if you're a Blue member and you're watching this, yes, this video came out 2 hours after the event happened. I'm just like that. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. This was incredible to work on, and I hope next time it goes even better. See ya.